golden opportunity missed by Punjab. First, they had Lucknow on the mat by 120 for 7, and 2 overs to go. They allowed some 26, 28 runs to be scored.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to yet another episode of Straight Bat with Mr. Cricket UAE and Gulf News. Here we are converging after yet another IPL game between Lucknow Super Giants and Punjab Kings. Punjab Kings really let things slip there after their bowlers did a very decent job, what I thought, when the action moved to Pune. And then finally, Lucknow walked away with very crucial 2 points. So with me, I've got Mr. Anis Sajan, Mr. Cricket UAE himself, Sahil Sajan, the cricket enthusiast. We've got AK Satish, sports editor of Gulf News, and Clinton Ribello, the Punjab Kings, a devout Punjab Kings fan who will be crestfallen today. Yes, but we'll talk. I mean, I'm sure he'll have some harsh things to say. But yes, I'll come to Anis Bhai first. Anis Bhai, how do you sum up this game? A golden opportunity missed for Punjab?
Yeah, thank you, Gautam. Hello, Satish. Hi, Sahil. Hello, Clinton. And hello to all the lovely and gorgeous people of Gulf News. You're spot on, Gautam. Golden opportunity missed by Punjab. First, they had Lucknow on the mat by 120 for 7, and 2 overs to go. They allowed some 26, 28 runs to be scored. But 150 on a Pune track, I know the ball was swimming around, but they made a mess of the chase. They had started decently, but the guys like Bairstow, Livingston, Dhawan, Rajapaksha, all did not put their hands up. And in the end, these 2 points will be very, very costly for Punjab. Now they need to win 4 out of 5. Tough luck to Punjab.
I'll come to Clinton. Clinton, this blow hot, blow cold thing seems to be continuing in another season. Despite putting in their best effort and doing well in the auction, I would like to say. But the same old story.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been happening now since 2020. Since 2021, we've not been able to win 2 games on the bounce. So either we won, lost, won, lost, won, lost, and there's been no momentum to build on. There's been really hard to put to words. I mean, 154. If you can't chase 154 on with this kind of a batting lineup, you've played 3 international batsmen, Livingston, Bairstow, and Rajapaksa, and yeah, there's really nothing to put to words because very horrendous performance, I would say, losing by 20 runs, not even coming close. And as Anis sir rightly pointed out, they gave away 28 runs in the last 3 overs, and 3 sixes and 3 balls were hit by the tail enders of Lucknow. So that eventually made the difference.
Right. Sahil, I know that whenever Punjab Kings play, normally you throw in your lot behind them. Today, what was the story?
What to say about Punjab Kings? The same old story. Target was 156. They had to go steady. Mayank was going good. Mayank got out after a good catch from Rahul. Then it was a good time for Bairstow to be a hero. But again, he scored a 30 runs, but 32 or 28 is not accepted in T20. But this was a time for him to be a hero. And again, he's failed for Punjab Kings, I got to say. And Livingston, I'm sorry to say, but he threw his wicket away. That is the worst shot I've ever seen.
On the note, I'll come to Satish. Satish, what goes wrong with this team, even when the 2 newcomers, they are showing how to win when things are not going your way, how to win a scrap, basically. But, Punjab, when today Shikhar Dhawan was not being able to break the shackles, and then he went for that slog sweep against Ravi Bishnoi, lost his wicket, fine. But still, this time, they've got a batting lineup with which they could have managed that 155, 156 odd target. So what's failing? I mean, is it the strategizing? What is going wrong? What do you think?
I think it's clear, Gautam. Last game when they played Chennai, I think Shikhar Dhawan hit the nail on the head, saying that we can't play one way of cricket, like going and attacking. I think instead of stopping at one match against Chennai, they should have continued. Okay, if Shikhar is not able to continue, then one of the openers, either Mayank or Shikhar, one of them should have planned it in such a way that, okay, I will take it deep and then I will stay in one end, and then you can attack in the other end. So these are some of the small, especially when you're chasing small totals on tricky wickets. I think the wicket was stopping and coming, and it was not a perfect wicket where you go and start hitting your shots. So one of them should have strategized and said, okay, if you play well, you go for it. Again, if both openers go, not both will be striking the form immediately. They might not find the touch immediately. So the person who finds the touch immediately goes for a big shot, and then the one who's not able to find his touch waits, scraps his way around to some 30, 40 runs, whereas the other end, they keep attacking. These are some of the elementary things that you need to plan, strategize when you chase a total, when you set a total. These are all very elementary, but I think somewhere down the line they are going wrong. And it again, like after that, I also need to give credit to the Lucknow bowlers who did not give much room for these batsmen to maneuver and hit them through the line, or hit them, especially the one which Krunal Pandya has bowled, 4 overs, 1 made in 11 runs and 2 wickets. What an amazing spell that was. Like, if that means you are looking at 16 overs, you have to score 140. So that means the run rate is going up, the pressure is mounting. So these are all, in the end, Lucknow played a good game. They did the basics right, whereas Punjab may miss those finer moments or the smaller points which should have given them the victory.
Come back to Anis bhai. See, we are getting this assembly line of pacers who are coming out of the woodwork with each match. Now, I am not too sure if Mohsin is got his first match today, but I found him. I mean,
I think he played second match. Got the last match he played against Chennai. That was his first game.
Okay, right. Now this tall and strapping left arm pacer, and he's a homegrown lad. He plays for UP and he has done very well in the Mustaq Ali Trophy.
Correct.
That's why he was selected. Now, what do you feel about this trend in general? We have spoken about Umran, but each day we have got a Umran Malik there, we have got a Kuldeep Sen there, and now Mohsin. Your thoughts, Anis bhai, on him?
Well, we're happy to see these pacers coming off well and bowling well. Like you talk about Mohsin, he had done well in the last game also against Chennai, where they managed to defend the target. And today again, his spell of 4 overs, 24, and he picked up 3 wickets. Okay, the last 2 wickets came when they were trying to slog him out, but he has pace also. Mind you, he bowls quick. At the same time, he has the slow ball. But just since Satish mentioned a very important point, whenever you are chasing, one person has to take the game deep. Because today what happened, the run rate was not big and going in the end, but they did not have batters. You cannot expect the other guy whom we are talking about, who went, Rishi Dhawan, he's coming after a long time to, for I think 3 or 4 years gap. So I did not expect him to chase it down. But having said that, if one batsman, whether after the fall of Livingston, Bairstow should have put his hand up, yes, I will take the game deep. Let the other guys attack from the other side. And in the end, 30 overs with a set batsman you can get, because if you have a good player, whether it is Bairstow, whether it is Livingston, somebody should have put their hand up. But I'm afraid this small mistakes cost the team. And today Punjab will rue this heavily.
Yeah, in fact, in the last game, I thought Rajapaksa is equipped to handle this kind of a situation where the stroke play is not easy. But even he was a failure today.
No, but again, Rajapaksa, I think last game he was dropped a couple of times, if I remember right. He survived a chance and he got some runs behind his back. And that confidence
he needs to open,
come
Satish, he needs to open here. Come on, you're making a player who's known to hit big sixes and give you a good start. Either he will fail or he will give you that 40, 50 runs in the power play, which is required. I mean, either Mayank will have to come one down or Dhawan. One of them have to sacrifice. You are making a player who's known to make use of the power play waste his talent.
I think that's where the team management and the team talk comes into play, isn't it? Because you need to strategize. The strategy is missing. I think time and again, this is one of the failures of Punjab over the years, isn't it? They have good team. They have good team on paper, but they don't know how to go about, isn't it, Manish bhai?
Agreed.
Yes. I'll come to Clinton. See, basically what's happening is it's all boiling down to the question of execution. Last the couple of seasons, there were a lot of arbitrary changes in the team. Suddenly you see you're giving a break to a uncapped player just for the sake of it. These kind of things were happening. Now, while that has been cut down to a lot more extent. But overall, the execution is missing. I mean, you have got the big names, but they're failing to take you over the line. I mean, this was the same team which, in the first leg game, they did it so well against Chennai. But whenever a critical moment, whenever there is a challenge, they are failing miserably. So, how do you have to sum up? Because this year, again, it looks the same old story.
Yeah, absolutely. And even as a fan, if you're watching Punjab play and you watch other teams play, even when the other teams are batting, or they need what 70 of 30, and they are 3 wickets down, you'll say, oh, this is a walk in the park. But when Punjab is playing, even if they need 30 runs from 3 overs and 3 wickets are down, you'll still be sweating, because they just don't know to win. And it is sad. It is something that you cannot explain, you cannot put it to words, because that belief is not there in the camp. Last year we used to say, oh, it's because of KL Rahul's slow knock and the middle order is not, taking up responsibility. But this time, I think the middle order with Livingston, Bairstow, Jitesh Sharma also has been quite good in the games that he's played. But it just doesn't come off, and I don't know. I'm out of
Loss of
words to
words.
describe
A loss of words,
how to put it into words as to
A loss of
how
words.
how to explain this. I mean, it's
Right.
something that we've just gotten used to as a Punjab fan.
Well, I'll come to Sahil on one note. Sahil, prior to the season starting, we had never, in fact, you were not there in most of this chat, so haven't had a chance to pick your brains on that. Gujarat Titans and Lucknow Super Giants. Expectation vis-a-vis results. What are your thoughts, Sahil, since we haven't come to you in a while?
For like Gujarat Titans, Lucknow, like how they've done, what you're asking, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
yes.
I am so very shocked. Like I'm happy for these two new teams. At first, Gujarat Titans have been riding their luck. They have always been having a hero. They have had a man of the match in every they have had different man of the matches. Tewatia, dial 6 for Tewatia. Then they have Loki who steps up for them. Rashid Khan is on fire with the bat more than the ball, I feel. Hardik Pandya leading from the front. And for Lucknow, they have also been good. They have players in every order. Bishnoi has been well. Rahul has been decent. De Kock has been okay. Jason Holder is a full package for them. So can't really complain. These two teams have done well. And the two big guns like Chennai and Mumbai. Wow. Mumbai Indians, though, I have no words. Excellent for them. 8
Yes,
matches.
yes. That's why I'm
No worries.
asking you about them. I mean, let us talk about the newcomer. If you can just quickly run through about our competition, which has really picked up steam. If you can talk about it, and then I'll go to tomorrow's games to pick the winners.
Well, thank you, Gautam. You see, I had backed Punjab to chase, to be very honest. And once again, they, flattered to deceived. This game should have been chased, but that's what is the beauty about our contest. You've got to go to your page, your favorite page, Gulf News, predict the winner, and you walk away with a beautiful kit, a t-shirt, track, and a cap, and a 1-year digital subscription from Gulf News. Tomorrow, there are 2 games. Mind you, pick the smart winner. Gujarat team is playing against RCB. And the second game, Gautam, can you shell which one is who?
Yes,
Rajasthan Royals versus Mumbai.
Rajasthan Royals. So we all know who are the favorites. One is Gujarat and one is RR. If you feel they are the favorites, go for it and win that kit.
You're letting the answer out, Anis bhai, before the question.
But all my predictions are going wrong.
They look obvious answers at this point, but yes, I'll come to Satish then. Satish, I mean, this RCB team is not that bad either. I mean, like 2 batting failures don't make them an overnight. And they looked in quite a relaxed frame of mind when they were in their kurtas enjoying Glenn Maxwell's reception. So
Correct.
do you think, are you looking at a kind of recovery from RCB? And what do you also feel about the second game?
I think tomorrow I'll back RCB tomorrow in the first game, because somehow I'm getting this feeling is like Kohli is waiting to Schweier and no, I know Anis Bhai will not agree to that, but Anis Bhai is still like is a real time bomb basically. It's just waiting to explode, but we don't know when. But somehow I'm getting this feeling that he might explode tomorrow and give RCB, because by coming in as an opener, you get that power play advantage. Sometimes even your topper just go to over the fielders. That advantage you get, but I think he will perform tomorrow. So I'll back RCB tomorrow in the first game, and the second game, though RR looks favorite, I won't discount MI, because they were quite close last game when they lost to, I think they lost to Punjab, if I remember right.
Yeah.
They lost to Punjab when very closely last game, and they lost very closely to Chennai. I think they are coming somewhere very close to getting that first win. Now they are too good to like stay this way. Even this is something which nobody can even fathom that. No, like they will suffer 8 losses on the trot. But I still feel that the Mumbai again, like the off-color teams will come back, is my gut feeling tomorrow. The team or the batsman.
That will be interesting. Sahil, your take? I mean, do you finally see Mumbai logging those first 2 points? And what do you feel about the RCB Gujarat clash?
I don't think Mumbai will win. No way. Yeah, they will lose again. And I'm gonna go. I like RCB. I always had a slight attachment to RCB, so I'm just gonna support RCB.
And Virat will score how many? 0, 1, 2, 5, 10, Sahil.
I mean,
50.
we all, Mr. Satish said like, oh, Virat Kohli is waiting that 1 innings. I think everyone is saying this sentence since 2-3 weeks, like same sentence. His innings will come. His innings will come. So yeah, even I'll say the innings will come.
Interestingly, Sahil, those 2 golden ducks, and I think 1 8 or 9. Apart from that, there are actually 2 40s. I was looking at the sequence of scores. So yes, I mean the best decision that they've taken is to take him up the order along with Faf. So let's see what happens. And on that note, I'll come to Clinton. Clinton, what do you think? Tomorrow you can watch the matches in a more relaxed frame of mind.
Yeah, the calculators are already out. So for Punjab to have some kind of cushion, Gujarat needs to beat RCB and Mumbai needs to beat RR. So being a Punjab fan, we are used to removing the calculators after 8 games are done. And yeah, it's deja vu once again.
Yeah, well, if you ask me, I think, both Gujarat and Rajasthan, they have shown, how to win from difficult situation. I mean, Rajasthan have now won more than a game where Butler didn't fire. And Gujarat, of course, emerging as a team for all seasons. Too good to be true, in fact. So these are the 2, I'll say they have the edge, but you never know the way this IPL is panning out. So on that note, I leave you, and thanks once again to all our viewers for joining this. And tomorrow again, we'll be back with another edition of Straight Bat. Stay tuned. Thank you and good night.